Doing my first review of a gunplay model from Bandai. It is the Freedom Gundam, the 1/60th scale, big grade. It is a real, real detailed version. That's what the model's called. So it's not a master grade yeah, or a perfect grade. But for my first one, I just decided to go with this because I thought it'd be fun, and also it's one of my favorites. So yeah. Sorry about the quality of this video, or if my fingers get in the way. I'm using an iPod Nano for this, so yeah. But I would show you what's inside the box, but most people, it's just this plastic trees that are left over and everything like that. So that's pretty much it for the box. I've already built the whole kit, and so far I really enjoy building these. These are actually probably my favorite thing to do now. I've done panel lining on it, even though I don't think it's that good considering the fact that it was done with a Sharpie, but it wasn't that bad. As you know, it comes with the two beam sabers, which are really nice quality, and then the shield, which I've done all the panel lining on. It's amazing how they can start out as, you know, a whole bunch of pieces and then go together as in something that's really amazing. Then the rifle, and then your piece that you can put together to use your two beam sabers, which I'll show probably in part 3. I'm not sure. And then the cap that goes on the shield, but I usually use the shield, so I just keep it off. But yeah, this is one of the beam sabers here, which is actually, I really think the beam sabers were really nice, considering the fact they actually have somewhere where they can go. But go ahead and get those out of the way. Here's the outlook of it. It's really, really nice. Like, the detail on this kit was just amazing. I can see why it's just a real detailed version instead of the perfect grade or master grade. Probably second kit I'll probably build is a master grade, just because that's another, I've heard good things about building master grades. So start with the head for the mobility. It goes up and down, and it will turn completely around. But the joint that holds it in isn't the best. Like, it's kind of, if the head's it's a top heavy, so it'll go down more. The shoulders move completely up and down, which the actual, I guess you'd call it the shoulder guard, moves differently from the actual arm itself. The arm will twist completely around, which is really, really nice. You know, and then it has a joint here, which is, you know, your standard elbow joint, which is nice. And then it has the hand joint, which will actually spin, but it's really hard to spin with one hand. So, and then the fingers, which is really detailed. You know, the fingers actually bend, you know, which is really nice, but it's hard to get stuff to fit in there. The leg moves pretty decently. It doesn't move much to the, you know, to the left or the right more, but you know, it kind of moves just like pretty much normal ones, except for the fact that it doesn't have an inner frame, which kind of affects how it's going to move and its mobility wise. But not bad for something that has just a couple of joints, about 3 joints for the actual leg piece from here to here, about 2 of them. The toe moves pretty good. I wish I had a second joint though down in here, so you could actually move it, the angle of it, a lot more. The skirts move up and down, sideways, normal. The cannons for the side of them, they come completely out when they'll fold out, but That'll probably be in part 4 more of the weaponry parts to it. But and then of course it has a little cockpit that opens up, and there's like a little carry-on with in there. You know, but and then to the back of it, it has its thruster pieces that come up, so you can see the thruster underneath, which works really good. The ankle piece does move around, not to the left or the right, but more up and down. Back skirt doesn't move one bit. The wings do move with quite a bit of mobility, but the bottom wing right here won't move at all. Not the rest, just all the rest of the wing will move. Like, let's see if I can put the whole wing in. It's kind of hard doing with one hand, but the whole wing does go back into place. There is a joint on here that makes it so you can bend it this way, that way, and that's practically it for that joint. There isn't much of anything else. The joint wise on this guy is really pretty good, but of course he's not gonna have the mobility of a master grade. There's a master grade as, you know, its own inner frame, but not bad. Part 4 is mainly the weaponry, stuff like that. This is the beam rifle, which turned out really nice, I think. And then the beam sabers, which are really nice. Which actually I'm gonna put the end piece on, so you have both of them. It's like the splitter. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry about that. It's just a little hard putting these things together with one hand, especially after. And that sound was him falling over. He's very, very back heavy. Of course, I don't have a stand for him because 1/60th scale doesn't have a stand. But the dual beam sabers, which looks amazing on him, but the problem is they're, well, a lot taller than him. So, kind of a problem. But other than that, it's really nice. Shield attaches amazingly. It doesn't fall off. It doesn't wobble. It's not too heavy. Pretty nice, I have to admit that. Let's see if I can put him in his firing mode. First, I'll just go ahead and remove his. See if I can move his backpack one-handed. Okay. His backpack is off for now. I go ahead and put on his. Start pulling out his actual weapons. There's cannons, at least. That's what I'd call them. I'm not really sure what they're called. I think it's full burst mode. Or no, never mind. That's from a Gundam. Oh, serious. Never mind. That was my own fail, so. As I said before, I'm not very good at doing these yet, so hopefully they'll get better as I start building these things, but if they don't, if that hurts the way people look at my videos, well then that's fine. I enjoy building them for the fun of it, not so much for view-wise. But I will probably end up building some for people's requests if people want me to, because I enjoy building them, and I'll build any of them. There's not really any specific series I liked more than another. But, yeah, sorry about that, but I'm trying to put the, backpack on so he can put his weapons on. Probably need to get an actual camera for this because it'd be a lot easier But as time goes by, I'll probably end up doing it, just because it's a lot easier moving them around once you have two hands of mobility. But at the moment, I enjoy building them, so I don't mind dealing with one hand. That's with the cannons, which is really nice. But yeah, turns out really different. So, see if I can put them back now. Oh, come on. Don't tell me let's see. Okay, well, there goes his backpack, so it's a little bit easier to put the backpack back into place. Normally, anyway. But, darn it. But, yeah. Let's see if I can put his weapons and shield on now. If he doesn't fall over, which he is. Yeah, perfect. He's falling over. But, his backpack is extremely heavy compared to what I thought it would. I thought it would have been a lot lighter, but it isn't, so. But that's just the way it is, I guess. To put the shield on, there's a little notch in here. Let's see if I can get that out. Yeah, I'll just use some pliers for that. It's easier to pull it out with them. And that's the little notch that comes out. And, so you can move the fingers back out of the way so it'll go on better. Okay, as you can tell, I mess around with the shield a lot without him actually holding it, so getting it on can sometimes be a little bit of a pain. But, putting the shield on is a lot easier than putting on the, oh, I'm talking about massively easier than putting the gun on. I have a hard time putting the gun on, which I don't think I'm probably even going to be able to get it on with one hand, but I'll try. There's a little notch right here, which fits into the palm of his hand, right there, and it doesn't go in not very well. It wants to fall off, or stuff like that, which it looks like it's going to go on easily today. But, I didn't get the hand in right, but, you know, it fits on there. The fingers do normally go through there, but putting it on with one hand is hard to do, so it's fine like that, and it's not going to stay on there, so I'm just going to take that back off. The dual beam sabers, which I'll put on right now, because that's something that looks really good when it's on there. So I'll just go ahead and do that. In which, yes, there is a notch in there that actually holds the beam saber to his wrist, just like the guns do in the shield. But, doing it with one hand would be pretty hard to do. I'll probably just do a part 4 showing the weapons and everything on there. I guess this will be the end of part 4, or part whatever it is, I forgot now. short-term memory loss featured right there. But next part we'll do full weapons on the guy, and so, all right.